Well, good evening to all of you who are watching. Come on in. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to come in. We are so excited about our episode 6. All right. We left you at episode 5 with a dynamic power punch discussion. And today we are going to bring you another power packed discussion. I'm so excited about this episode. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to come on in. Come on in. Our topic today, you ready for this? Pushing through the pressure of I don't know how. Get ready. I'm telling you, this live is really, really going to be pulling you in because we're just going to be dropping some gems today of how to get past the pressure of the I don't know how. Come on in. Brandy, go ahead and hop on so that we can go ahead and get started with our viewers. Hey, how are you? I
Good to
haven't
see
even
you.
seen
Good to
you
see
like
you.
I haven't seen you all week, so I'm super excited about
Forever.
seeing.
Exactly. I
So
got my big hair tonight. Ready.
yes,
I
yes,
love
yes.
your hair.
Thank you. You're looking amazing. You're looking amazing. So we wanted to do, a topic for our viewers that is a little different.
Yep.
That is going to hit the spirit, hit the soul tonight. Pushing through the pressure of I don't know how. Okay, Brandy, I'm
Yep.
gonna let you go ahead and start some, dropping some gems real quick, and then I'm going to join in. What
Okay.
does that mean for you?
So I think about like when I was, when you were younger, right? So like I'm 36. I think about
Yes.
when I was in my 20s, and it was like everything everybody brought to you was new. You didn't know anything about it. You just heard of things like being a millionaire, being a business owner, being successful. Like you seen things on TV about MTV Cribs and all these different concepts about like how people make money, can buy a lot of material things, but you don't know how they did it, and you don't understand like what it takes to do it, right? And then you're like super excited because you're young. You're like, okay, no matter what, I can do it. Like whatever it is, I can do it.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Right? Like people give you all the like programs like Amway and add this person and do the travel business and do this. So everybody's like jumping out here and trying to have a quick way for a side hustle to make money, right? But what I learned is like really, when you really understand the concept of like entrepreneurship, you get into this space where you're starting to build something and you begin to realize what you really aren't good at and then what you really don't know. Right? Because it's always easy when you're starting, right? To pretend like it's easy to pay the 125 to get the LLC. It's easy to talk about meetings with people. Oh, I'm going to go meet this person. We had a great meeting. I went here, I had a coffee and a donut. But it's not
That's good.
really, it's not really fun when you're talking about IRS sending you an email that
Ooh.
you haven't paid any employee tax because you filed an S corp unknowingly.
Oh wow.
You know,
Uh-oh.
so
Now we're
it's just
getting into
those
it.
details that bring on the fear, right? Of
Right,
not
right,
knowing.
right. I like that, Brandy. I like how you started off there. Earlier today, and well, I've been thinking about this for about a day or two. And I'm
Yep.
like, I wonder what the pressure, how can we talk about the pressure?
Yeah.
And as I started thinking about the word pressure,
Mm-hmm.
it's real heavy.
Yep.
Okay. When you feel the pressure, if you're tense, you have pressure. If you're having back pain, there's a tense sensation going on.
Sure.
There's a heavy load that's on you. And
Absolutely.
I kept asking myself, but where does this really come from?
Yeah.
There's a connection to pushing through the pressure.
Yep.
And I started thinking about self-doubt. That's where my
Mm-hmm.
mind went
Yep.
directly to self-doubt.
Yep.
I said many times as business owners, we get locked into our business
Yep.
with excitement. We get locked into our business
Absolutely.
with the idea that we are going to benefit from it. We
Mm.
get locked in immediately because it's going to gain us exposure. But
Yeah.
what we missed along the way is understanding that there is going to be some pressure applied.
Absolutely.
If I don't understand that there's going to be pressure applied, then it's going to be hard for me to stay the course.
Absolutely.
So I started thinking about this self-doubt, and I wanted to define it tonight.
Okay.
Because many times we as business owners, as people in general, we can be confident in one area, but lack in another.
Absolutely.
And so doubt, is the lack of confidence in oneself or the ability. So let me say that again. Self-doubt is the lack of confidence in oneself and in one's ability.
I love it.
So you can be confident in one area, but let's say I don't really know how to file my business taxes yet.
Exactly.
Let's say that I don't have the tools and the skills that is necessary to advance my business.
Yes.
I don't know how to look for wholesale items yet.
Yep.
There's going to be a part of my business, all right, where I have self-doubt.
Yep.
So you have to push past the self-doubt first. All right. So I really wanted to hit on that, Brandy, before we keep moving on, is that self-doubt. That is really heavy with business owners. You know, we are confident, hey, we're going to start this business, but then there becomes a moment where we just fall short and we go, oh, I just can't do that. I don't know how. I don't know how. Go right ahead, Brandy.
So I think it's so interesting that you said that, because when I was thinking about things that could make it better, right? Things that help us push through the overwhelming pressure of not feeling like we're good enough, not feeling like we're smart enough, not feeling like we have what it takes, not feeling like someone is going to accept us, right? We go for the loan and it's like, I'm not going to get it. I don't have enough to get it, right? I thought about things like basic things. What are things that we can do that begins to eliminate the doubt, right? And the first thing I thought about was organization.
Come on, organization. That's definitely
being organized. Right? The more you don't understand where things are, how things, you know, if you go into the bank to get a business loan, you know, you haven't studied anything, you haven't watched the YouTube video, you don't know anything about business loans, you don't know how to prepare to talk to a lender. So you're not organized enough to have the confidence to push yourself through the pressure, right? Or you're trying to get your taxes in order. But soon as tax season comes, everybody is going haywire. You know why? Because they're trying to grab up all of this disorganized.
Speak on it. Organization.
Yeah.
Organization is so vital. It's so vital. Necessary, you know, for your business. You know, some people say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Or once you keep saying you'll do it tomorrow, then tomorrow becomes the next day. Then the next day becomes the weekend. Then the weekend becomes 2 weeks later. You gotta have, and all business owners need a planner. That's number one. You need a planner. You need to be a planner. You need to make sure that you have a big calendar in front of you, making sure that you are organized so that you know how your day is going to look. Because Brandy, that goes back to pushing through the pressure. I can have a lot of pressure, you know, applied to me simply because I may not be that organized yet. All right. And the pressure is tensing up. It's becoming heavy because I haven't found the tools necessary yet. All right. To organize myself in my business. Absolutely. So organization, Brandy hit the number one. I mean, that's huge. Organization is vital. It's vital for your business.
And for confidence.
Yeah. Confidence. It helps your confidence. It helps you to stay the course. It helps you to eliminate some of the pressure. All of these things go hand in hand.
Sure.
So, Brandy, I also was thinking about, after I thought about self-doubt, I thought about the causes. I said, well, what are the causes? Because when I think of pressure, all right, like I said, I always think of that word tense. Okay. I'm thinking of heavy load. Okay. Yeah. So then I thought, well, pushing through the pressure of I don't know how goes with the causes. So what are the causes? What makes you think that you can't do something? What makes you believe that you have to sit in the I don't know how section? What makes you feel like you have to stay put there? What makes you not press the gas to go to the next level? It's the causes.
Mm.
Past experiences and mistakes. That's
Yeah.
number one that I put down. Past experiences.
Yep.
You might have a failed venture. You might have a failed business. You
Yeah.
might make a big mistake and you go, you know what? I'm never doing that again. I'm going to
I'm
shut
done.
this down. I'm done. I'm walking away from it. That goes with the self-doubt that adds the pressure.
Yep.
Childhood upbringing. Let's really talk about that. Well, sometimes the confidence comes from who raised you.
Yes.
If you saw that they had confidence in their business or where they worked at or the field that they were studying in, then you, 9 out of 10, are going to have the same level of confidence, or you may have the same level of self doubt. So you
Mm.
have to be careful to understand where it comes from.
Yeah.
Then I said the comparison with others. This is huge. This is major. So many times we compare our business to another.
Yes.
There are
Seriously.
too many, and let me drop a gem here, and I want you guys to write this down. There are too many businesses in the United States for you to keep comparing yourself to. You will lose each time.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. There are too many businesses in the United States for you to compare your business to. You will lose each time. Why? Because you're outnumbered. God did not intend for us to keep comparing ourselves to others.
Right.
Okay. Right. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane with your traffic that you're used to. Doesn't mean that you can't veer off to another road. Doesn't mean that you can't try something new. But
Yep.
you gotta watch the comparisons, because that can get you in the area of applying too much pressure on yourself. So I really wanted to hit on that too, Brandy. Anything you want to say about comparisons?
Yeah. I mean, I would consider myself to be a confident person. Um, in business, I know a lot of things about business. I don't battle with a lot of self-doubt. There are times where I doubt that I have the ability to do certain things. I mean, it's natural. And I'm either going to hire that person or I'm either going to begin to study, right? Because the information is there, it's available.
That's good.
But I think there are times when I can get on Instagram and I can see like other agents that sell like 20 houses in a month. Or I can see another person that owns a trucking company and they buy like a new Porsche. And I'm like, dang, can I buy a Porsche? Like, I'm not trying to buy a Porsche, but do I have enough profit to buy a Porsche? I'm trying to figure
It
this
looks
out.
good.
That's a nice car.
Right.
But so we all do that, right? And we all get in those positions where we're like, man, I need to go harder. I need to do more. And one thing the Lord told me recently was he said, your assignment is to obey my last instruction. That's your assignment, right? And
Major.
and he gives me enough power and enough gifting and enough anointing to conquer and to accomplish each assignment. And that's what grace is for. It's for me to be able to do the last thing he called me to do. And this is how we get through the pressure. This is how we begin to believe that we're able to do what we're called to do. It's because we are assigned to do it. Right. And when we start adding all these extra things on,
I like that.
Right. When we add all this other weight, we add all this other pressure from what other people have accomplished or what other people have done, we begin to lose sight of his last instruction. Right. And there's two types of knowledge. There's knowledge. I know I just talked to my friend about this recently, and I was like, it's interesting. I've heard this tons of times over my lifetime. And I've only heard it by I've only heard white men say this statement. I've only heard white men say it. And they always say, if you want to keep a secret, put it in a book.
Ooh, say,
if
oh my
you
goodness.
want to keep a secret, write it in a book. Because they'll never read it.
Come on.
They'll never read it. And I think a big part of our insecurities and our doubt is the lack of knowledge. And the Bible talks about that. In all you're getting, get understanding. And
Come
if you
on.
don't understand something, seek the knowledge, seek
Ooh,
understanding.
that's good. That is huge because I like how you said if you don't understand something, seek.
Yeah.
Seek. You know, so many times we don't understand
It's
as
okay.
humans that it's okay if you don't know something.
Yes,
You're not designed, let me say this, to know every single thing.
absolutely.
There's no way that we can possibly do that. We also are not designed to have so much pressure on us just
Mm.
because we're walking around with this weight
Mm-hmm.
of the unknown, of the I don't know how. Like I said before, why do we keep, as business owners,
Yeah.
sitting in the lane of the I don't know how?
Yeah.
I thought that we taught our children, and I know that I teach my students,
Mm.
that I teach knowledge is power.
Yeah.
It links with what Brandy just said. Put it in a book if you want it to become a secret, if you want it to stay a secret. Because many times, a lot of people, we just don't like to read. We
Yeah.
rather go ask. But a lot of things that we want to know is right inside of a book.
That's
A
it.
lot of times, a lot of things we want to know is right in front of us. Use the ones around you, the
Yep.
people around you that God has gifted you with, to ask them, all right, about the knowledge that you need to learn. It's
Yeah.
that simple. So I really feel like when I looked at this title, Pushing Through the Pressure of the I Don't Know How, I really also thought about at some point we all question whether what we are doing is enough.
Mm.
I don't care how much you love your business. I don't care how much you love your career.
So true.
You come to a moment in your field, you come to a moment in your business where you go, is what I'm doing enough? Is what I'm doing enough for the field that I'm in? Is what I'm
Mm.
doing enough for me? Is what I'm doing enough for my consumers?
Yeah.
So that's when we start to have that struggle. So tonight, our goal is to make sure that you leave here full. All right. Because you need to take that pressure off of your shoulders and get rid of it.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to get rid of the pressure of all the adage, of all the baggage, of all the things that you have been holding on your shoulders that is weighing you down as a business owner, is
Mm-hmm.
to start gaining knowledge and to start trashing the idea that I have to sit in the lane of the I don't know how and I have to stay there. Get
Yep.
out of your comfort zone. Learn to get out of the box, meet new people.
Yep.
And I'm going to say something here that is really, really huge. Meet people that are smarter than you.
Mm.
I tell people all the time, if
That's
you're in my
it.
circle, I want some people that are smarter than me. I'm not the
Absolutely.
smartest. I'm not the smartest one in my circle at
No.
all times. I might be the smartest one about a topic, but I
Yeah.
shouldn't be the only smartest one in my circle. There's a problem there.
That's
So we got
important.
to get to the idea that we got to meet people. Get out of your box.
Yep.
Stop saying you don't know how and meet the ones that do know how to get it done. Brandy?
Yep. I love that. I mean, I think that being around people that you can rely on, that can give you tools to help you grow, builds your confidence. It helps you overcome. I think too, a big thing about it is like it's easy to be lazy. It's so easy to just not do it because you feel like you don't know how to do it. It's easy to continue to do what's comfortable and continue to stay in a place where it's like you keep telling people, they're like, didn't you mention that you were going to start this business? Didn't you say early last year that you started a company? Right. But then you got to that position where you didn't know how. And then you kind of gave up on yourself. And what I've learned is you got to
Wow.
write that to do. You got to write that to-do list And you just got to go one thing at a time. And it starts with small stuff.
I like that. I like
And the
that.
Lord just begins to honor your persistence. He honors your, and while you were talking earlier,
Mm.
the Lord put something in my heart, and he highlighted the story of the lady that had her last meal with her son. And
Oh my
Elijah
goodness.
went to visit her, and she had to give the food to him. And the
Come on.
Lord was just putting on my heart that a lot of times that lady felt like she didn't know what to do.
Come on.
That lady with her son said, "This is the end of the road for me. This is all I have, and I can't do anything else with all I
Oh
have."
my gosh. Oh my
Right?
gosh.
And God brought a proposition to her. And he said, "Feed my servant your last."
My
And
God.
that was her instruction.
That's huge.
And because she obeyed his instruction, she began to reap enough of what she needed to be able to literally feed her entire village.
Goodness. That took
So,
a lot of trust too.
yeah,
Woo!
you know how much she had to give up? She gave up her last meal for herself and for her son in a
Wow.
position of not knowing what to do. It's the last resort. I don't know what to do. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to survive this. I don't have enough knowledge. I don't
Oh
have
my
enough
gosh.
skills. I don't have enough resources. And the
My
Lord is
goodness.
just saying to us, this is the season where he
Yes.
will give instruction.
I
And
gotta
when
let
you obey the instruction of the Lord, he will supply.
Amen. 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 You know, I definitely received that because, like I said, I was so excited about having this particular title for our topic. I just,
Yes, absolutely.
it really hit me strong. And it's funny you start talking about, you know, the story within the Bible because it draws me near to Jeremiah 17:7, where
I
it
love
says,
it.
"But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose
Mm,
confidence is in him."
that's it.
See, when you leave thyself and you begin to put yourself in a zone where you're
Mm,
going to trust even when you don't see it.
yep.
I'm going to trust in my decision because God has given me the instructions, He has given me the tools. So,
Yep.
this instruction that He has presented to me to go forth with is going to make my business successful. I may not see it. A lot of
Right.
things are not in your view right away. But if I trust in Him and if I know that this is what I'm called to do,
That's it.
I'm called to lead. I'm called to have this business. I'm called not only to run this
Yeah.
business, but to be prosperous in this business.
That's it.
Then I know that I have to go back to Jeremiah 17:7. I have to be able to trust in him
Yep.
so
I
that
love
I
it.
can move forward. A lot of times, Brandy, we can't really move forward because we just haven't stepped out of the way.
Mm,
God is pushing us. The pressure that he is applying is
yeah.
positive. It's that positive pressure where he's
Yeah.
just pushing. He said, "This is your season. You may not see it, but I need you to take the weight off your shoulders first.
Mm,
I need you to stop recycling this pressure. I need you to trash it. We're not recycling anything that is weighting us down
mm,
this I almost said this semester, this quarter, because I look
yeah.
at life as it's presented as quarters,
Right. Seasons. Yep.
seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for you to get to your destination with your business, you have to make a pact with yourself and our creator that this is my season to show up,
Yes.
but to make sure that the instructions I am provided with, I use them.
Mm,
We're not in the I don't know how to do it season.
mm,
We are in the season where God is going to apply the pressure. We are going to lift our burdens off of our shoulders. We're
Yeah.
going to lay it down, and we're going to get to our destination. We are going to make sure that what we're called to do, what our business is feeding our customers, whatever we have that we are doing, it is going to be blessed because we are being what? Passionate about what we do.
Yep.
We are listening to the instructions that God has given us. We are making sure that we don't have self-doubt,
That's good.
and we are taking chances. Life is all about taking chances. We got to get rid of the causes. A lot of things happen in our childhood. A lot of things happen with our upbringing. A lot of comparison has gone on. We're trashing it. A lot of new challenges that we face. Listen, we're not scared of those again.
Bad habits.
A lot of bad habits. We're kicking those to the curb, you know, and we're getting rid of the imposter syndrome. That imposter syndrome can really hinder us.
Yeah.
Because it limits our courage. I wrote a lot of stuff down to put ourselves out there. You know, I'll go even to my business branding. I want you to give us an example too before we end. I'll even go to my cake jars that I recently recently launched. And for a long time, I thought about how in the world is that going to really fit?
Right.
And while I woke up this morning, it was funny because I was talking to my husband and God provided him with the confirmation. He looked at me, he said, you know, your cake jars, I really look at them as cups, and it really goes with your business name, Cup of Cake. It's a cake in a cup with a lid. And I never really thought of that. But if God didn't allow me, all right, to be pushed, if I didn't accept God applying the pressure, then I might not even done that. And I might not even seen what was the reality behind it.
Yeah.
Brandy, could you think of one example for your business, and then we're going to wrap this up?
I like what you said too, because we had a call one night, and we talked about things coming from a spiritual place. And that's what the interesting thing about it is, like, God named your business, but the creation of cups, cake in a cup, was already produced in the spiritual realm. But you had
I'm
to
telling you. Yes.
Manifested, right? And then it's like, those are the beauties of how it is to align with God in business. Because he reveals his gifts, his manifestations, his everything about what he wanted you to do years ago as you evolve, and as you change, right?
Yes.
So awesome. I just want to leave with this tonight, because I feel like this is the season that we're going into. I think I don't know how is what a lot of people use, or it's not me.
Yeah. Oh,
that's not my personality.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
Right. We use that a lot. In this season, God is saying he knows how.
Come on.
And we will become.
I like that.
We will become because he knows how. And if we can just become committed to evolving and changing as we grow with our business, as we change and evolve, because new things happen and we have to grow. We have to expand our minds and our knowledge. And when our knowledge and minds are expanded, I'm not the same person I was at 20.
Absolutely.
I'm 16 years later. I think with more wisdom. I have more understanding. I have more experience. If I was still talking like a 20-year-old, 16-year-olds later, you guys would tell me that something was wrong, that I'm behind.
I like that. That's good.
There's a deficiency there, right?
That's good.
And that's the same way we sound when we're growing into new levels of business, and we say, well, I don't know that. I don't know how to do that. And we continue to say that every year.
That's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, Brandy.
I think pressure is good for that reason too.
Yes.
Sometimes pressure is necessary to push us.
Come on.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where I want to end with that.
Yep.
Is that, pushing through the pressure. Pressure is seen in two ways. It could be seen in a negative way, Oh gosh, I got too much burden on me. I got too much pressure this week. Oh my gosh, I got so much on my plate.
Yeah.
But if you look at it in a positive way, you can say, you know what, let me apply this pressure in a different light.
Yeah.
Let me start looking at this pressure as this is my challenge this week.
Yeah.
God is preparing me for what's next. So he's going to push me a little bit. All right. He's going to push me out of my comfort zone so that I may move to that next step. Well, this has been a wonderful, wonderful chat for Beyond the Batter. This is our 6th episode. We are so excited about just the consistency that is coming with Beyond the Batter. We have so many things that are new and exciting that we are planning, all right, to come forth with you to you guys on a screen near you. We go live via Facebook, but guess what? We also have our own YouTube channel. Just type in there Beyond the Batter. All right. We are also on YouTube. So you can watch all of our episodes later. And we hope and pray that you have a wonderful night and a successful week. And join us next week. We're going to have a special guest on next week, and we will see you soon for episode 7. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.